Welcome back to the Enlisted Archive. Today we have a submachine gun that transcends its original configuration, a masterclass in design and utility, but unfortunately was not produced past a successful trial period. The weapon in question is no other than the PPD-1940 suppressed version, otherwise known as the PPD-BraMit or the PPD-BraMit, made in collaboration with the Milton brothers. For the sake of the video, I will refer to this as the BraMit going forward. With that being said, the BraMit fires a special subsonic 7.62 by 25mm round using the D-type bullet from the 7.62 by 54mm cartridge. This needed to be done since velocity is critical for subsonic ammunition, and thus the heavier the bullet, the better the velocity could be retained. By making the cartridge larger than the 25mm round, the BraMit needed a longer magazine, and by extension, modifying the receiver of the platform to even fit it on it. To be honest, I am not sure if Enlisted actually shows this off, model-wise. I am comparing the normal PPD-40 to the BraMit, and the magazine seems to be the same size, but I could be wrong with my perspectives. What do you think? Now, as we are focused on the weapon itself, we see the integrated BraMit suppressor device. It's a typical rubber wipe design with the tube holding solid rubber discs the bullets will exit from, which seals the gases behind itself. The BraMit is even equipped with a safety system in case of overpressurization in the tube. Any excess pressure would vent out the tube itself and under the barrel of the PPD-40 platform. History went that these rubber wipes were only good for a full magazine's worth of fire. To replace such wipes was an odd process that could have been troublesome if the weapon actually was adopted in the Soviet war effort of World War II. Basically, the soldier would have to unscrew the front cap of the BraMit device and fire a regular 7.62 by 25mm round. This would be a loud round, which for the purpose of this being a partisan weapon could be highly deadly. If these were not detected by their enemies, the soldier could now install fresh wipes to their device. Since the normal round blasted out any remnants of the previous worn-out wipes, this one can now be attached. The reason why I believe this never took off, despite the successful trial, is solely for the micromanagement of its core design. Enlisted would never have to worry about barrel changing mechanisms or suppressor swapping, but in real life, it would be a different story. It wouldn't ultimately be down to that downside, but the subsonic ammunition needed to even use it. The Soviet forces at the time looked at the PPD-40 BraMit and thought to repurpose it for other platforms, either for sniping or suppression. Enlisted already has the sniping option. It's called the Mosin rifle with the BraMit device. It does not have the suppression one. You could technically say the BraMit PPD-40 is, but for this clarity's sake, it is the DP-27 with a BraMit. You heard that right. Gaijin has the opportunity to add a DP-27 with a BraMit device. Nonetheless, the PPD-40, is it good in Enlisted? 1000%. It is one of the few weapons that I give a 10 out of 10 rating for. The normal version earned an 8 out of 10, and the DSZ version, which has a bayonet attached to it, snagged an 9 out of 10. In my opinion, fighting from a distance and up close and personal is worth a higher rating if the killing potential overwrites its flaws. And for the BraMit, the main flaw it has is that it is a tiny bit weaker than the other two PPD-40s. It's not by much, but it was worth mentioning nonetheless. When firing the BraMit, it has no visible muzzle flashing, and the foregrip it has makes shooting it even better. The reload is great, the sights are near perfect, and I have no flaws or criticism for it. With me having 5 of these total, I can now retrofit an entire guerrilla squad with them. That is very nice indeed. I've always enjoyed this weapon, and I'm sure others have too. This was one of the first Gold Order weapons to be included in a double reward, but for the other weapon, the Nagant 1895 BraMit, let's not dive into territories that I wish to keep buried. What are your thoughts about the PPD-40 BraMit? What weapon would you recommend for the next history video? Leave a comment down below, and until then, this has been the Enlisted Archive. Sayonara.
Build a rally point!
What, right here? Why you put? Fine, okay. There. It's built. Are you happy?